Direct from the transistor radio in your lounge room.
Alright, g'day legends, I'm just some Aussie. Welcome to, or welcome back to the stream. I got one question for you. How the bloody hell are ya? But no, in all seriousness, guys, I do hope you are doing fantastically. Welcome to the stream. We've got, I would say we've got a hell of a show planned, but obviously nothing was really planned because this was meant to happen in about 9 hours' time. So I won't try and bullshit my way through that one. We do have a flight planned this afternoon, though, now. So, you know, sit back, relax, grab a drink if you feel like it. It's a little early here to start on the beers, unfortunately. And we'll just hang out, have a bit of a yarn. I am in the open mic channel in the Discord, as was promised with relation to Movember. So, yeah. Feel free to jump in there. I will unmute myself at some point, and we're all you know, in a position to chat on stream. Now, before I forget and before I miss it, I'm not doing very well at transferring between my intros across to playing music from Epidemic Sound because they're coming from different programs now. So I will try to get better at that because I'm so used to it just already playing. So there we go, that works, beautiful. Colin says, oh, you don't want me in a live chat? Yeah, well, you know, I did promise that we would have a live chat.
Yeah!
Hey, Poundy, mate, thank you very much for the Movember donation. Greatly appreciated, Poundy, greatly appreciated, and yeah, obviously will be passed on. That Movember, exclamation mark Movember, will have a link to the page next stream that we do. I just forgot to throw it in there. Yeah. Alright, I'm going to jump into the chat. I'm going to say a few good days, etc. to the various people who have joined us on such late notice. And we'll go from there. I do apologise, obviously, for the late notice. I picked up a 2-hour shift this evening, and I looked at the start time for my work tomorrow, and I was like, you know what? We're going to swap the streams. We're going to do Flight Sim now and the crew later, as opposed to what we were originally going to do, which was this was meant to be the crew, and we were going to do Flight Sim later on. Yeah, Poundy, I know. I've given up on trying to fix it because I've tried everything and it doesn't want to be fixed. So I just accept the fact that the amount that the bot says is completely and utterly fucking wrong. And yeah. So what I also mean as well is with 110% of donations is whatever the 100% at the end of the month that goes to Movember is, I will then match 10% of that with channel funds, and if I need to top up with a little bit of my own as well. And that's something I implemented with the news we received a few days ago. Yeah. Right, chat. So first up we have Mr. Well, we have Brett Poundy. He's come in his raid. Oh no, wait. First comment. That's what I was meant to say. I mean, I think Gawin did sort of do a raid kind of thing, I believe. So raid works. I understand what you were getting at. But Poundy, mate, welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing really, really well. Brett Plays just says lol. Agreed, Brett. Agreed. But, Brett, mate, welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing awesome. Garwin also says sort of a raid. But, that's alright. Garwin, mate, welcome to the stream as well. Hope you're doing awesome. Sean Dale says coffee and then be in. Sean, you're insane. I know what the time is in the UK right now. I love what you're doing, but I know what the time is in the UK. So I maintain that. You are insane. But that's alright. So am I. So, probably why we fit together so well. But, Sean, mate, welcome to the stream. Icarus yells raid. I mean, I feel like you're slightly overexcited there, Icarus. but I like it. I like it nonetheless. Sean! And speaking of overexcited yelling, welcome to the stream, Icarus. Hope you're doing really, really well. Alright. Gawin and Shane, I did chuck a post up in the Discord a few days ago about it. Yeah, unfortunately. It's not exactly something that anybody expected. Let's put it like that, eh? Sorry, Shane, welcome to the stream, mate. Hope you're doing really, really well. Sorry, my brain is just sort of like, it was all prepared to do the Crew 2, so now I'm just sort of like, oh, right, flying, yes. Because I have never actually played the Crew 2 before. It was going to be sort of a, what have I been doing with my life? Why haven't I played this game before? So the brain's just trying to adjust to the fact that we're no longer driving, we're flying. Poundy says just me, or is the stream buffering? I haven't dropped any frames. Oh no, okay, cool. You got refreshed back live now. Cool. I'm glad. Had me slightly concerned there for a second. I was going to be like, oh no, don't tell me, because Aussie Broadband's had a few issues with outages, with the wild weather that the southeast has been getting over the last week or so. So I was just like, oh, here we go. I'm going to try and do 2 streams in a day. And Aussie Broadband, or the weather more likely, is just going to be like, no, that's not allowed. But no, all good. Garwin says he's old. It's all the fun he gets. Best to leave him alone. Sorry, who's old and doesn't get any... What? I'm very confused by... I mean, obviously I'm missing some context there, Garwin, that I probably shouldn't be missing, but I am. Nonetheless. Oh, Icarus yelling. Okay, that makes more sense. Yes. Well, he's not that old. Jesus Christ, calm down. Give the man a break. Bloody hell. And Mr. William Kelly is here. He says, hello, Bryce. G'day, William, mate. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing bloody awesome. I think I might have had a little bit too much coffee in a short space of time this morning, because I can feel the blood in my fingers. At this point, I may as well just do a few lines of Coke. It's gonna have a similar effect, clearly. I mean, I did have a lot of coffee, to be fair, so... But it was pretty, when I woke up. So, how do you get past that? Well, you have a shit ton of coffee. So if I do seem like I'm jumping all over the place and full of energy and my brain's very scattered, well, at least you know why. Probably because I've got 465,000 thoughts happening all at once. Because I'm, ready to go on caffeine. Sorry, I don't know what that was. Right. Where did I put that post? In channel announcements, Garwin. I deliberately didn't do at everyone because it's a very delicate thing to at everyone. I just sort of put it there so that those who frequented the channel announcements would read it, because it's a kind of post that can trigger all sorts of things. So yeah, I don't want to just be like, hey, 130 people, news. Yeah. Yeah. Not, yeah. Right. What am I doing? Starting this thing. So this is the second last flight here in the Trinidad TB21GT that we will be doing on this world tour. So we got this one over to Rome State, and then we got the next flight which takes us over to Eugene, I think, here in Oregon. And then after that we'll be in the new plane that Zach's gaming lab set up for us, which is the Cam Air Twin Navy on 480. So that will be a bit of fun to learn a new aircraft. Hopefully we should be flying the first new plane leg. What are we today? Wednesday. Hopefully by the weekend, I reckon we should have done this leg, the next leg, and be onto, I'm hoping, we're onto the Cam Air by then. Anyway, we'll figure that out. It all comes down to what happens with tonight's extra bit of work, because it's from a different business that's local, and they may turn around and sort of be like, hey, would you like another shift here this week? And I'm probably not going to turn it down, because we are coming up to the silly season and Christmas and raising money and all that sort of stuff. So if I can get a little bit of extra, I will. All right. Focus on starting this plane, Bryce. Let's not lose any more focus. So we're going to go with the battery, the avionics, the alternator, the fuel pump. We are going to obviously give it some propeller and mixture, otherwise we're not going to get very far. Throw in a fuel tank selection. 2 seconds, Star. I know you probably want to go out, but we've literally just started the stream. Can you please, I don't know, sort your shit out better? Like, just let me get this thing started, Star, and then I will let you out of the room. Okay, there we go. We got that started. 2 seconds. There we go. All right. Okay. So that's started. Let's get some lights, camera, action, wiggles. And we'll get in a notch of flaps. Very good. All right, so let's figure out the weather here at Crescent City in California, whatever you want to refer to it as. So we have 9 knots of wind from 146 degrees, which makes runway 12 the active, but also you could use runway 18 as well. If you had if you had a aircraft that required more runway, but despite the way that it actually looks visually in little nav map, the runway that looks smaller is actually longer, so go figure. Gawin says the People's Republic of China. Sure. I mean, that's the only thing that I really know PRC stands for in Australia. So if you're getting at something else, Gawin, I'm not 100% sure what it is. I was like, I can see that somebody's dropped an emoji message, but it wasn't showing up in my chat, and it just appeared. The People's Republic of California. Is there really much difference, Gawin, honestly? Although Northern California, up where we are right now and about to take off from, isn't too bad. It's more, if I'm not mistaken, it's more the San Francisco, LA part of California that's the People's Republic part. Could be wrong. NorCal is exempt from that. Yeah. I figured as much. North of San Fran. It's a little bit more, I don't know, normal. Is normal the best way to put it? Probably not. Probably going to offend somebody. That's alright. Okay, now, what did I say the runway that... I've completely lost track of what runway we're going to use. We're going to use runway 12, which is the one that's directly behind us. Okay, well, we are fully started, so I guess... Well, I'm not... Wow, okay. What on earth is that we are parked next to? And could we get any closer if we tried? Probably not. So, I want to follow that taxiway that goes all the way down there. Fantastic. We get to take off directly towards Sean, play a game of chicken. My Trinidad versus his DC-6. Why do I think that that's only going to probably end badly for myself? The four-seater Trinidad versus the 50, 60... Hey, somebody else is in the Trinidad as well. Is it a 50 or a 60-seater, the DC-6? I know it's something like that. We're on a Trinidad and DC-6 journey. 68, there we go. I knew it was around that. But the thought was the DC-6 seats about as many people as a Dash 8 400 or an ATR 72. Trinidad will become a Trinidad. Well, if you mean in the fact that it's no longer going to be used after the next 2 flights in the world adventure, yeah, sure. Is it a dud of an aircraft? Hell no, it is fucking spectacular. For a single engine turbo 4-seater is probably... I think somebody asked me recently in one of their streams what my favourite GA aircraft was in the sim. It was Wes. It was Wes in his welcome back return stream. And I said, I was like, the Trinidad. It's spectacular, especially once you've got the mod for it, which actually makes it perform like a proper Trinidad TB21GT with all the turbo and stuff. Yeah. Well, yes, not if it hits the DC-6. That is very, very true, Gawin. It's gonna be more than a bloody Trinidad. It'd be basically a little pill would be what's left. It'd be so crushed. I need to switch to decaf. No, Gawin, what I actually need to do is when I wake up and I'm just sort of like, oh, I could do 2 coffees. Not do 2 coffees, one after the other. Have a coffee. And then, like I would usually, 3 or 4 hours after that, have my second coffee. But this morning, I thought it was a good idea to wake up and have a coffee with breakfast and then straight away have another coffee. In fact, I even said it in Brett's stream that I was watching him drive his Mini in for a little bit there. Mistakes were made, that's all I will say. Mistakes were made. I guess I sometimes also need to give myself the opportunity to actually wake up before I make a decision to have a second coffee, you know? I literally walked out of bed, put the coffee pot on, drank the first one, and within about half an hour of being awake, I'd had 2. So that's, yeah. Sean, to be fair to you, mate, it was a very, very, very last second decision. Basically, when I was like, I'm gonna, need to just process some information that I'd received earlier that day, plus the fact that I had done, 7 days in a row by that point, and Wes is just like, oh, maybe this is my time to make my comeback stream, and yeah, went from there. Yeah, exactly, Gawin, exactly. Lesson learnt. It means I'm going to have an absolutely spectacular caffeine crash in about 4 or 5 hours' time. But that's okay. That's okay. I can deal with that. We can solve that problem by having another coffee. Don't worry, I won't do that. I'll probably just have something like a green tea or whatever that'll just top me up nicely without just causing me to go up and then crash again another 4 hours time after that, because that won't work well, because that's when we're going to stream the next stream. Hey, g'day Mr. Gaming Wombat, mate. How are you? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing really awesome. Or I should be saying, how the bloody hell are ya? Anyway, let's take off. I think that might be a requirement. Beautiful, beautiful. Sean, this is when you're meant to be coming at me. Alright, we're going to keep it low and we're going to keep it fast. Put the gear up. I don't know how that looked from your perspective, Sean, but I hope it was good. I honestly hope that was good from your perspective, Sean. Jeez, what is it? Is it a Northern Californian thing to have this foggy, low-level cloud weather? Because when we arrived here, it was like this as well. It reminds me a lot, actually, of where I live. Not so much the cloud, the low-level cloud, but just it's a bit eh. Right, that is on GPS. Beautiful. Altitude. So what is we're going to cruise at 9,000 for this flight. I think Bella may have just been let out of Jai's room, because all I can hear in the corridor is the pitter-patter of puppy dog feet jumping around and running around in excitement. No, there we go. Bring the yoke visibility back into play. I think we've got enough speed to pull the flaps up now. In fact, we've probably already torn the flaps off, let's be honest, because we are well and truly out of the white arc. Pull that back. Bring the mixture back to get the fuel consumption nicely down. Pull that back. There we go. She's, I was going to say she's rough, but she's not. It's a little bit of wind that's swirly. Looks like it's actually raining over here. Alright, so we're up. Now we can focus back on the chat. I honestly don't know, Sean. I honestly don't know why it started you on that runway. It seems to do that to you a bit. This is probably, what, the second or third time we've had that in a stream where it starts you on the opposite runway to the one that you should actually be using. Which, you know, I think Microsoft needs to possibly look into that for Sim Update 11 and make sure it's putting you on the correct runway. I think. Gawin says, oh hell, I have to go to bed. But we'll boost your numbers a bit. Gawin, mate, appreciate it. What's the... yeah, it's like 10 p.m. there, isn't it? 10 p.m. on the 1st of November. Yeah, you're not far off bedtime, Gawin, are you? Probably like half an hour at the very, very maximum. Got to get your beauty sleep, keep that face looking nice and young, you know? I don't know if... I don't know if you can even achieve that anymore, but I'm sure you'll let me know in chat if that's a possible achievement that can still be done. Possible achievement that can still be achieved. There's a lot of achieving going on. Yes, right, so Gawin changed channels and goes, come at me, bro. Yes, I know, Gami, I know. I keep forgetting to message you, actually, to find out how to just... get that to update on its own, because it should hook up. I'll message you in Discord, mate. Seeing as it's now in the forefront of my mind. In fact, I might message you once we're clear of the clouds and at cruising altitude here, just so I don't lose track of it again with all the 400 million things that are going on in life. Absolutely, Stephanie, absolutely, yeah. Although, had I have not got out of the way of the DC-6, it would have definitely been me that ended badly. But welcome to the stream, Stephanie. Thank you very much for being here. How the bloody hell are you? Yeah, the cold ocean and the warm land. That makes sense, Gawin. That makes sense. And I think it's also... we're not flying in live time right now. We're flying in... we're 2 or 3 hours behind what the actual live time is right now. The live time, of course, in California would be close to 7 p.m. or 7 p.m. So it's dark. So there's obviously, you know, a much higher chance of fog and all that for me as well. 414, good job. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with the progression rather of the channel. I must say, it's been quite motivating when you wake up every morning to find that you've got a couple of extra subscribers due to the YouTube Shorts and stuff like that. Mitty is here. He says, I'm awake now. Well, Mitty, I'm awake too, but that's because of coffee. Without the coffee, yeah, maybe not so awake. But, Mitty, mate, welcome to the stream. How the bloody hell are you? Hope you're doing really awesome. Those days are long gone for the young face. Look, Gawin, I, you know, partially was being facetious, partially was, you know, hoping that, actually, I don't know what I was hoping. I was literally just being facetious. I was going to try and undig the hole I was potentially going to start digging, but instead I went to Bunnings and purchased a shovel. So, yeah. Looked great with the TB21 heading towards your windows. I mean, I don't know how many DC-6 pilots have said that before on takeoff. Oh, I loved the part where the TB21 was heading towards my windows. It's, you know... From what I've heard anyway, pilots don't tend to enjoy having another plane heading directly at them during the takeoff roll. It's usually causes some anxiety, you know, amongst other problems. Just admit it, you were being an arse as usual. I mean, I wasn't necessarily trying to be an arse. I was genuinely, you know, saying that, hey, you know, make sure you get your beauty sleep to keep those looks going. But, yeah, there was as I said, there was an element of, I know it's probably not possible anymore as well. So, yeah, a mild arse. I was being a mild arse. 51% arse. Shawndale is icing up. Okay, now I need to make sure that I'm not icing up, because luckily the Trinidad does have de-ice protection, I believe, somewhere. Yeah, propeller de-ice, which is, of course, you know, probably the most useful of the de-icing systems. Doesn't, you know, the ice on the wings definitely causes a problem as well, but if the inside of your engine starts icing up, then yeah, that's when serious issues arise, like falling out of the sky to your death, which is not recommended. Mitty says, I couldn't sleep until 3 in the morning and decided to stay asleep for another hour. You were lucid dreaming about spotting the Jaffa jet, so you're in a good mood. You mean the big orange Jetstar, well, I say the big orange, it's an A320. The orange Jetstar Jaffa jet, I'm assuming, is what you are referring to. But Mitty, hope you're doing well, mate. Welcome to the stream. How the bloody hell are you? And yeah, I think that's all I need to say to you at this point. Alright, so seeing as we are now clear of that cloud, and I'm confident that we're not going to run into any turbulence that might upset us or cause us to fall out of the sky, or and I can see where we're going, and we're not going to, collide with a random high altitude mountain that we couldn't see. I'm now going to chuck Gami that message. The reason I'm telling you all of this is because I'm hoping Gami is still listening, and will then, if I can find him in my messages. There we go, there he is. Right, so how do you make the thing work with the thing? Not exactly a great way of wording the question, but I think you understand what I'm asking, Gami. How do I make the subs thing actually work with my YouTube? Or do I just update it myself? Because I think there's a way to do that as well. But I'm gonna go with how do you make the thing work with the thing. I'm gonna own that as my as the question I wanted to ask. How am I? I'm all right. I'm a little tired, but other than that, yeah, considering things that have happened through the week, etc. I've certainly been a lot worse in life, that's for sure. Is that enough of an answer? Jeez. I was, as I scrolled around then, I was like, oh my god, we're about to fly into these massive grey storm clouds. But no, it's all good. It is all good. I don't know why I'm saying yum about water, but I am. So therefore, yum, water, delicious. I mean, it is a requirement to be able to drink water. There's settings, usual settings. Oh my god, what the hell did I just do? Not that you guys can see it right now, but the big, right, that's how I get rid of it, cool. I brought up the subscriber bar and then somehow made it the size of my big screen, and it completely covered my flight sim, and there was no option to remove it or minimize it. And I was like, oh shit, here we go. No, it's all good. I've sorted it out. Everybody calm down. There is no issue. That man. There we go. I've updated it, but it still doesn't want to update on its own manually. That's all right. It's not a problem. But yeah, I will. I'm sure Gami will come to the rescue in some way, shape, or form. I have faith in him. Sean says 225 knots, ground speed too quick. It shouldn't be, Sean. I think we're going to be doing around 190, 200 knots ground speed. So yeah, I think should be fine. Just you do you, Sean. I mean, you've chosen the DC6. I feel like you sort of have permission to just do whatever speed you bloody well want if you're in the DC6, you know? It's such a majestic thing. Just enjoy it. I mean, Brett, Poundy, water doesn't taste bad. It's just, I don't know why, yeah, as you said, I don't know, and what I said, I don't know why I chose delicious as my way to describe water. Refreshing would have probably been a better choice of words, because that's what it is. It's refreshing. It's nice, you know. It keeps you hydrated, which is, well, keeps you alive, which is mildly important. Yeah, no, Mitty, it was a slight moment of panic on my behalf, you know, exterior verbal panic where I've gone, I'm going to have to do a stream without not actually being able to see the stream, which would have created a whole interesting scenario come landing time as well. Not being able to see anything, I would have been relying on little nav map, which, yeah, just... Well, it would have created for some entertaining content anyway, let's be honest. So, right now, we are flying over the... I can't read it because my plane was literally over the name of the place on Little Nabat. We're flying over the Orion? That's the state we're in. We're in the Orion state. Let's try that again. The Oregon Caves. National Park, I guess. To me, it just looks like another set of Northern Californian, Southern Oregon, Southern Oregonian. Is that what people in Oregon are called? Oregonians? I don't know. Oregons? Oregano! There we go. That's what they can be referred to as. Oregano. Mr. Dale is saying, the two GA planes I love are the Piper Turbo and the Kodiak, but they both can't keep up with the TB21. Yeah, and also a recent conversation we were having in somebody's stream, again, might have been Wes's, it might have been mine, it was basically that the TB21GT is stupidly fast for what it is. 4-seater single engine GA aircraft quite happily will cruise at 200 knots ground speed plus. And they're reliable, and they've got a good range, and they're good on fuel, and they're comfortable. The only letdown about it is the cockpit visibility isn't amazing. But you can deal with that. Now, Poundy, I don't know, like the Cessna 414, in my mind, is almost big enough and powerful enough to almost not be considered general aviation, because I believe some airlines use it as low-density rural passenger service aircraft. I'm definitely not, like, in no way am I doubting the fact that it's a sweet ride. It's an amazing ride, but yeah, I don't know. Some people might classify it as GA. I don't know. maybe I was going to say maybe I'm overanalyzing it too much. I'm definitely overanalyzing it too much, but yeah, absolutely you can, Mitty. Absolutely you can use GA aircraft for commercial use. I don't know, I guess it was more of a case of probably a 414 ain't cheap to buy either. Is the 288 Caravan a GA aircraft? I honestly have no idea, Mitty. I honestly have no idea. I guess you sort of have to ask yourself, would people buy a Grand Caravan for their own personal flying? I don't know. A Grand Caravan, like a basic Grand Caravan, costs $2.5 million US. That's without the cargo hold at the bottom or any additional bits and pieces like air conditioning and all that. So, you know, if I had $3 million to spend on a GA plane, I probably wouldn't pick a 208. I would probably be looking at a Cirrus, like an SR22, a DA62 from Diamond. Might even look at increasing my budget and going for like a TBM 930 or something, because an extra $500,000 would put you in a TBM 930. So yeah, I don't know. Might have to buy a few more lotto tickets. Absolutely, Poundy. That's, I'll be straight up. If I ever won the lottery, that is one of the activities that I would most definitely... Wow, this cloud doesn't look... Okay, everybody hold the fuck on. Because we're going into this. And we may not come out the other side. I don't know if it's, can already see the turbulence, and we haven't even entered the cloud layer yet. So just holding on. Surprisingly calm at the moment. Surprisingly calm. But yeah, sorry, to go back to what I was saying, Poundy, yeah. One of the first things I would absolutely do if I was to ever win the lottery would actually be do my private pilot's license. And yeah, probably would like to pay for a few other people to be able to do it as well. You're right there, Lazarus. You look like you're having a few issues with staying in the air. It's surprisingly smooth in these clouds, considering how dark and stormy. Unfortunately, there's no rum involved, but considering how dark and stormy they were looking. Sean says 414 equals modern 146 RJ. Hell no, not even close. The 414 seats about 8 to 12 people, I think. I know a few airlines, like rural airlines in Australia, use it for transporting people between Aboriginal communities and stuff like that. Hey! And yes, Sean, absolutely. The F-28, the Just Flight 757, the PMD 777, etc. They're going to be... I'm very much looking forward to those as well. They're going to be really, really awesome. Hey, Mr. Leaded Rapier 709 is here. G'day, Wes, mate. Hope you're doing awesome. Welcome to the stream. How the bloody hell are ya? Elliot1129 says you don't need to win the lotto to get your privates. Yes, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. But couldn't afford to do it. right now is more of what I was getting at there. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I know I definitely don't need to win the lotto to get a private pilot's license, but it would make it possible. Definitely make it possible. Oh, you're just doing goofy maneuvers there, Lazarus? All good. All I saw was just an aircraft in the clouds that was vertical and like knife edge and just sort of, you know, makes pilots question you and sort of go, everything okay there? Yeah, I hope you're doing okay there, Wes. Mr. Vruden is here. He says, what's all this then? Surprise, surprise. Vruden says, what's all this then? I feel like it should be, Vruden should be just jumping in and being like, what's going on here? Anyway, Vruden, mate, welcome to the stream. How the bloody hell are you? Really? The Honeycomb Alpha and Bravo kit isn't for you. It just doesn't feel right. That's the first time I've ever read anyone say something mildly non-positive about the Honeycomb Bravo Alpha setup. What? It didn't respond and was outright wrong feeling. Really? Have you? I'm assuming you've made sure that all your settings are where they're meant to be. I mean, you seem pretty switched on from what I've seen in Discord with your flying, but you know, just got to ask the question anyway. Vruden says, I'm fantastic. I sent out that card today. Vruden, mate, if you have, seeing as you, I was going to say if you have in fact done that. I mean, you literally just stated that you've done that. Because you've done that, hit me up in the emails and we will figure out a way to get you paid for doing that, mate. In your own time, obviously, but yeah, we'll figure out whether we can do it via PayPal or, I don't know, something like that should probably work. But nonetheless, Vruden, welcome to the stream, mate. And I'm really glad to hear that you're doing fantastic. Oh, absolutely, yeah, okay, fair enough, Jit, fair enough. I can get that. Those, You're absolutely right. Those, what are they called? Yokes. Why am I having so much problem with basic English today? Because I used to have a massive amount of problem with basic English. Yeah, those yokes can absolutely take up a huge amount of desk space. Yeah, you're definitely not wrong there, mate. It's a shame that it's not for you, but hey, at least you tried it. You know, at least you tried it. Like, had you have not bought it and given it a shot and all that, you would have, you know, probably been sitting there like, should I, shouldn't I, what's it like, etc. Now you know, and because you've only used it once, I guarantee you put that up for sale to somebody or whatever, you know, on the internet at a slightly discounted price for what you would pay from Honeycomb. I don't think you'll have any trouble moving that on to somebody who may be interested in it as well. Vruden says, it's on me, Merry Christmas. Really? Are you sure, Vruden? That's a lot to just send and be like, Merry Christmas. Like, that's a lot. It seems, Rudin, it seems like your wife and I have a similar thought process on this. Genuinely, are you sure? Because, like, that's a $2,500 item here in Australia. Then she made you mad, so it's your lucky day. Wow. Rudin, don't quite know what to say to that, mate. Thank you, obviously, is the first word that comes to mind. Bloody hell, that's... You've certainly outdone yourself, mate. You've certainly outdone yourself. Holy shit. Okay, Rudin, yeah, that's well, true. You're not wrong, Rudin. It would have been, especially at the rate that they're chucking out GPUs these days. But still, that's big, Rudin. That's huge. Very appreciative there, Rudin. Really, really appreciate that. Thank you. That's, yeah. Well, you know what, Rudin? Because you've gone and done that, freed up a little bit of cash money, I will do a Christmas giveaway for the 5700 XT, the brand new 5700 XT that I have sitting in a cupboard that was sent from the manufacturer when I sent it back to be tested when we had all those issues. So that was going to be the card that would go in my like backup server portable system, but now because of Rudin, I don't need it anymore. So we will definitely give it away sometime in December to somebody who is deserving of it. Or the other thing we can do is we can put it up on eBay for auction, and then any proceeds we get from the sale we can donate to Movember. In fact, you guys let me know which way you'd like me to go, whether you want me to give it away to somebody who's deserving of it, or whether you want me to throw it up on an auction and then donate the funds to Movember, or we can donate it in December to a charity that deals with kids who are living in poverty at Christmas and stuff like that. Any of those options, but you can either let me know in the chat now, or if you want, I'll set up a poll on YouTube where people can just vote anonymously on which option they would like to choose. But Rudin, mate, you have no idea how much that means. Yeah, it's pretty awesome, mate. Pretty awesome. Thank you very much, and Merry Christmas to you as well. Well, it would be a slightly different giveaway, Rudin. It would be a case of people would enter the giveaway and then nominate somebody in their life who they think is deserving or requires something like it. No, not with my 1500 watt power supply, Rudin. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. That's 2 votes for auction. Yeah, I was sort of thinking along those lines as well. Just trying to figure out. We are. Where are we? I mean, I know we're in. Oh, we're near Crater Lake, and Klamath Falls here in Oregon. I was like, we're in a very nice part of the world, but where exactly are we? Yeah, not far from Crater Lake. You're not wrong, Vruden. You're not wrong. Yeah, you're definitely not wrong. You're amazing, Vruden. Appreciate it a lot, mate. Jit says, what did you think about the custom livery? Yeah, quite liked it. So usually when things go up on Discord, Jit, because a lot of my viewers are in the US, they go up early in the morning when I'm at work. So I will, I'm not usually in a position to respond to the things that get uploaded, but I will always try to leave a reaction emoji on it or whatever to just sort of be like, hey, I've seen it, this looks mad, etc. So yeah, apologize if I don't actually get to respond to those things, but I will always try to react to them. Yeah, so what parts did you end up going with, Vruden? Because I know in the previous stream that you were speaking about the fact that you replaced your 11-year-old PC, but what parts did you... And did you... I mean, you may have also told us, but, yeah. Ooh, better change my fuel tanks. No, wrong way. There we go. Don't turn the fuel off when you're at cruise. Bad idea. Oh, I see, Vruden. Oh, yeah, Jit, sorry, mate. This, I don't know if you're familiar with this aircraft, but it is incredible. Incredible for a GA plane. Cruises at like 200 knots ground speed, flies 700 nautical miles, so I believe that's about a 4-hour endurance. Yeah, it's great, it's great. Right, so your wife was obviously trying to help you upgrade some parts in your 11-year-old PC, bought you a GPU, but I'm assuming that putting a 3080 Ti in a PC with old 11-year-old parts probably created some superb bottlenecking, I would assume, yes? Yeah, I put it in the old machine and it couldn't even make it sweat. Yeah, of course not. Because, yeah, your 11-year-old CPU and all that would have been like, sorry, what is this? Yeah. Whoops. Yes, well, it's obviously he had a say in the choice of seats in the Trinidad, Jib. He obviously had a say in it, because they look like bloody lounge chairs almost. No, that's very true, Jit. Nobody does expect the upgrade to first class. That is for sure. Especially normal everyday people who always fly economy. If you ever get the opportunity to have the airline sort of say, hey, we've overbooked economy, would you like a seat in business or first class? I mean, yeah, you usually would say yes, wouldn't you? Honestly, so Vruden got, it's a 12900 KS clocked to 4.9, liquid cooled. The RAM is clocked to 4900 megahertz. Jesus Christ, that's got to be DDR5, yeah, Vruden? Has to be DDR5. You put the 3080 Ti in that machine. Surely that would have at least the 3080 Ti in that machine would have at least started to perspire slightly, no? 12900 KS is a pretty beastie CPU, especially at 4.9. So what's your GPU in there now then? Is it a 4090 Ti or whatever it is? Ooh, we're getting some decent stuttering there for a sec. Oh, I was gonna land at Crater Lake and yeah, well, I haven't landed at Crater Lake. What's with the random stuttering all of a sudden, Microsoft Flight Simulator? Oh, so you had two 3080 Ti's. Okay. I can understand now, Vruden. I understand a lot more the reasoning behind your decisions. It makes sense. Land there anyways? I mean, nosedive? It's alright, I'll just make sure that I touch and go at the second last and then land at the last one. Oh, yeah. Sorry, Vruden. No, you're right. I read what you were saying incorrectly. Yes, you had a 3080 Ti and you had a 3080. Understood. Yes. No, it makes... Sorry, Vruden. I obviously misread. But that's all good. Makes... Yeah. You've definitely got a beast of a system, though. You are not wrong. Jit says, I made the move from an old Dell to the MSI Titan, then added 4 980 Pro 2TB NVMe's. Nice. That's 8 terabytes of NVMe SSD. Ooh, yeah. That's nice. That's nice stuff. I like the sound of that, Jit. I like the sound of that a lot. Wow, Vruden. Wow. Thank you for your kind words, Vruden. Always know I can always rely on you for support. Just because you're in the wrong time zone, Vruden, is not my fault, okay? She's still mad about it. Well, Vruden, if she doesn't get off your case, still happy to go with our original deal if it keeps the wife happy, because you know what they say, happy wife, happy life. The laptop came with 128 gigabytes of DDR5, which does make video editing a little easier. Yes? Yes? Very true. Just a casual 128 gigabytes of memory, that's fine. It's just, you know... Alright, that's a lot of RAM, Jit, but, you know, that's what people used to say, 5-6 years ago about 32 gigabytes of, people who ran 32 gigabytes of memory in their PCs, you know, it'd be like, what do you need that for? That's so much. And now everyone, or most people, run 32. So, I'm sure in another 5-10 years' time, Jit will be like, 128 gigabytes, why are you running so little? Very true, Vruden. Very true. Very true. That's alright, Vruden, because the good news is that if you do get in a mood and start tearing up the place, as the channel owner, I have the power to stop you from being able to do that whilst you're tearing up the place. "30 years ago, video was edited on a frame server with Painbox. That machine was 400,000 US. Are we talking 400,000 US 30 years ago as well? Or are we talking 400,000 US in today's money? Because if it's 400,000 US 30 years ago, that's a lot of money for a editing system. It was 400,000 back then. Alright, let's do a bit of a Google, figure out what that would be in today's. So that's so 400,000 USD in worth today. So $400,000 30 years ago is now, give or take, close to $1 million. That's nearly, yeah, it's nearly $1 million USD for that for that system in today's money. That's nuts. That's nuts. Yeah, absolutely, Jit. You know, things were very different 30 years ago. Mr. Sean Dale says, sorry, you need to try and lay flat, maybe sleep, take care everyone, and stay safe. Good taking the old girl out for a spin again. Absolutely. AOL dial-up internet all the way with one phone line in the... Sean, I've seen your internet speeds. There's no way that you can claim dial-up internet, mate. Yeah, so basically, your, I'm assuming, like $4,000 or $5,000 laptop outperforms the $1 million big setup that they had. That's... yeah. Sean, mate, you look after yourself though, mate. Have a good one. Hopefully you do get some rest there, bro. And hopefully catch you in a stream very, very soon. Yeah, wow. The Ikegami cameras used to be 80 grand. And now you're handheld. Yeah, is $8.99 on eBay and it outperforms it. We really are living in what people referred to in the 60s and 70s and all that as the future now, aren't we? I mean, I know the original prediction was that, in the early 2000s we would have flying cars and all that sort of stuff. So we're a little bit behind some of those, I guess you could say, questionable predictions that didn't really use common sense or science or whatever to back up their predictions. But we are now realistically in what one would refer to as the future. Because, like, if you think about it, 10 years ago, you would buy a micro SD card and it would be, 512 megabytes, 1 gigabyte, and everybody was like, wow, this small little thing. Now, those same small little things hold 512 gigabytes. As far as I'm concerned, that we have finally transitioned into the future, like what people referred to as the future 50 years ago. That's a great screen as well, Jit. That's a really, really good screen. Your Corolla can fly, MIDI. I want to see photographic or videographic proof of this. Then we can refer to it as the Chamber of Secrets. Hey, Mr. Short Round. How are you going there? Welcome to the stream. How the bloody hell are you? Hope you're doing awesome, Short Round. It's an absolute pleasure to see you back in a stream. You remember servicing PCs with 320 megabyte hard drives in 1988? Yeah, wow. So 5 years before I was born, Jit, you were servicing PCs. Sorry, that probably makes you feel old. Yeah, absolutely, MIDI. I'm keen to see that. I reckon that'll be awesome. Absolutely, Short Round. Absolutely. In fact, yeah. It was certainly surprising. Very surprising. Especially in conversations I've had with people like his best mate. Since. Nobody expected it, that's for sure. Yeah, I know, MIDI. I know. Everybody keeps telling me how young I am, and yet I don't feel, young, but that's my line of work, unfortunately. Absolutely, Short Round. Absolutely. You are not wrong there, mate. You are not wrong. It's, I actually mentioned to Fozzy that we should come up with a way somehow for all of us to go and have some smoked meats and beer in his memory. But I don't know how that will work because we all live on different sides of the world. It would require a lot of money and a lot of organisation. Well, there you go, MIDI. You've got a good idea of how I feel then. In the last few months, I've started waking up. So when I do more than sort of 6 or 7 days in a row at work, I sometimes find that I wake up with a slightly sore lower back. And it's just like, piss off! I'm not even 30 yet and I'm already waking up with a sore back. Yeah, actually, Jit, that's not half a bad idea. That is not half a bad idea. I forgot about the fact that we could do that. Because I'm sure everybody who would be interested in attending probably has access to some sort of smokehouse or barbecue place or their own smoker. And I know for a fact that everyone's probably got access to a bottle-o where they can buy some beers. Oh, Jit, you need to speak with Mitty. Both of you are very, very skilled in photo and video production. Well, there you go, Mitty. There you go. I've got one as well, but I don't use it a huge amount because the cost of buying meat these days in Australia, it's probably easier to buy a house as a millennial. All right, we're going to make a touch and go here at what is it? Lake Co, I think, is what it's called. Yeah. Not a bad idea at all, Jit. We've definitely got some plans with streams as well in the Sim and in Forza for the month of November as well. I've already done his vehicles in Forza Horizon 5. Okay, almost complete replicas. Vruden. Oh, very nice, Vruden. Very nice. I love it how you're using that to determine how fast your computer is. The fact that you can adjust the volume in doubles. You hunt your own meat too. You know what, Jit? That's a really great... You've got some really great ideas there. Let's... We'll continue the conversation in Discord, I reckon. Might be on to be trying to do something there, I reckon. I like your thinking. I like your thinking. Oh, Mitty, I love myself some venison. Love venison. Yeah, the airport appears to have, that we were going to do a touch and go at, appears to have disappeared all of a sudden on my little nav map. Oh no, never mind, I can see it again. All good. Everybody calm down, stop stressing. It's all good, everything's under control, even though it definitely doesn't sound like everything's under control at all. Gotta love it, Vruden. I gotta love it. Oh, I don't know why I keep trying to use the trim wheel. Oh my god. Did we just hit some wind or something? What is, wow, we are... Well, shit just got a little bit real.
forget about what we said. I just wanna love you a little bit more. Don't just walk away from me and close the door. Baby, pull me closer. It's over. I just wanna love you a little bit more.
Okay. All right. Something's not right. My instruments are all out of whack. Probably because there's icing. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna give full power to the propeller. Oh, Vruden. I love it. This is gonna be a interesting touch and go. Sorry guys, I am sort of reading the chat, but I'm also making sure that we don't fall out of the sky here due to icing as well. So as soon as we are down on the ground here at Lake Co, I will catch up on what I've missed in the chat. Oh my god, the airport's right there. Why is there no label on it? That's weird. I can't trust my instruments, Vruden, because they're not working properly due to icing. That's why we've managed to basically fly on top of the airport without me even realizing.
This thing we had was only tonight. What if we did ignore the sunlight? Let's go, let's run. I couldn't stand to listen to the sound of our flight. Ooh, there's no reason to fight this pain. Sailing stormy rivers, I can feel you shiver. What if this could last forever? Babe, you got me on my knees. It's never of you still play in my mind. I gotta get through this.
I'm out of coffee, Jit. I don't need any more coffee. Let me tell you, I don't need any more coffee this morning. Oh, wow. If I'd had any more caffeine, I may as well have done meth or coke. That's how hyper I was at the start of this stream. It sounds like fun. It's, what are you doing, you silly thing? The silly thing being me. I'm hitting the wrong buttons. We definitely need to climb here, so... And this is part of the reason why I love the Trinidad as a GA aircraft. We can climb at 1,500 feet per minute. Doesn't even break a sweat. It's great. It's amazing. Alright, let's go to the chat and figure out what I missed during that mildly hair-raising arrival into, or touch and go, should I say, into Lake Co there. Right, so there's no alarms going off yet, so you feel good about this one? Absolutely, Rudin. There's nothing worse than an alarming situation. Jit says, when we see deer in the wild, I often address them like my girlfriend and say, hi dear. They stop, look, twitch their ears, and then just ignore me, going on to eating my apples, just like her. Oh, I love it. I love it, Jit. Yes, you know what I mean? Some launder some used computer parts. I mean, what else? What else is the internet for, Rudin? What else is the internet for? Mitty says, oh, by the way, I've been doing some stalking and I found something very interesting. I don't know how to take that exactly. You've been doing some stalking of me, just in general. Either way, mildly concerned, must admit, Mitty. Mildly concerned, but I'm sure you'll fill me in over on Discord, mate. Where is the runway? That was a great question, actually, William. I didn't realise until we were basically over the top of the airport. So the runway was in fact there. I just wasn't in the right position. Mitty, the only reason I managed to land that so okay, considering the weather, quite simply, is because I've now done 50 flights or something in the Trinidad, the TB. So I've got a good feel for how it behaves in certain situations. That's about the only reason that I was able to land that. Aren't you supposed to put all three down on a touch and go? Yes, and I did, Rudin. I most definitely did. Jit says that the girlfriend wants attention. Gotta go. Cheers. No worries at all, Jit. Thank you very much for dropping in to the stream. Greatly appreciate it. And I'm sure we'll be in conversation in Discord over the coming days in relation to what you were saying earlier on. I think that's a fantastic idea. And maybe we can somehow incorporate parts of the streams that we have organised as well into it. But have a good one, Jet. Look after yourself, mate. You can, because of the way the sun is, you can see the little rain showers in the distance that we're heading towards, which is, you know, not great. But we are actually heading into the Steens Mountain Wilderness here. Probably about as far, hang on, let me, if we're going, it's about as far, we're going about as far east as you can in Oregon before you cross the border out. Had to just double check my GPS. The other thing I need to just is, did we have, I don't think we had icing on the windscreen or the wings during that arrival, but we definitely had icing in the prop, because I nearly ran out of power and stalled a few times there. That was the first giveaway that something wasn't right because my airspeed indicator was reading, reading a little bit too high right now. Let's put a little bit more power out. But it was reading good speed and we were almost stalling. So I reckon, yeah, that's what I need to have on. I need to turn my pitot heat on as well. I was like, how do I stop that from happening? Prop de-ice pitot heat. All that icing was because I was flying wrong? Yeah, absolutely. I'm my flying is what created the icing, Gruden. Absolutely, mate. I don't even know how you come up with some of these conclusions sometimes, Gruden. I really don't. But I love it. I love it. Just the same. I think it's Stockholm Syndrome or something. But yeah. You're not supposed to have icing, you were flying wrong. I mean, let's just ignore the fact that the weather changed halfway through the clouds, like it updated in the sim, and it went from a little bit cloudy to raining, extremely low cloud, heavy wind, you know. Basically what I'm saying, Vruden, is I refuse to take responsibility. Alright, I'm going to, seeing as we've only got about 90 nautical miles left, I'm going to, when this awesome montage of rainbows and rain and clouds and sunset and everything all at once occurring, I'm going to pick a song, and we're going to I'm going to go quickly stretch the legs, visit the pilot's room, all the important things, and we will return in a couple of minutes. Alright, we are back. Yeah, agreed, Rudin. The sim is, yeah, spectacularly, visually, yeah, awesome. It really is. Especially in, you know, when you're in a mountain wilderness area and you've got, you know, such awesome effects with the clouds and stuff. Yeah, it does actually a little bit, doesn't it, Fred? It looks a little bit like we're about to fly into the gates of hell. Very, very true. William says, are you going direct to Kayaro or have you... we've done a little bit of detouring, William. So we went via Crater Lake. We went via Lake Co, which is near Lake Albert in the Valley Falls, and Goose Lake and all that. We also went... through the Rogue Valley in Medford as well. So we've been crisscrossing a little bit, making a little bit of a detour. Certainly not direct, but not, you know, massively off course either, if that makes sense. All I will say is I do hope that the runway at Rome is lit because it might be a little dark by the time we get there. And I'm not exactly keen on trying to land at an unlit runway, but anyway. Oi, you two. I decided to bring the doggos into the room. This may have been an error on my behalf. I don't know. We're going to find out, aren't we? Yeah, I'm finding that very quickly, William. Like, I don't know why, but I expected once we left North California for it to be a little bit dull as we made our way towards British Columbia. There in Canada. Not that we're going to be entering Canada from where we are at the moment, but yeah, for some reason I thought it was a little bit flat between North Cal and British Columbia. Maybe I'm wrong. In fact, it looks like I'm definitely wrong, and that's a great thing. You know, it's one of those situations where you're like, yes, I'm wrong. It's a bit like marriage, obviously. Except you don't usually celebrate the fact that you're wrong in that one, but anyway. But if you guys do let me know as well on the stream if it's becoming more and more difficult to actually see what's happening below us as well, because I can obviously perform the act of God and just bring it back ever so slightly. I find that this viewpoint that I've currently got is great for getting just a good view of everything during sunset. What are you two doing? Hey, no. Get your snoz out of my face, little Miss Bell. Wait. No biting. I'll kick you both out. I literally brought you in like 2 minutes ago. Get down. Bloody hell. They're competitive with each other, so if one jumps up on me for pats, the other one jumps up on me for pats as well. And then they get narky at each other. Like, no, I was here first. No, I was here. It's like bloody siblings, even though they're not actually siblings. I don't know what goes through the brain of a doggo. I don't think I want to know what goes through the brain of a doggo, honestly. Probably mentally in a better position if I... Bella. Thank you. Bloody hell. I definitely don't mind the love from the doggos, but when they like literally sticking their snoz like centimeters away from your face, it's like, yeah, can you just like not. Not right now anyway, in the middle of a stream. A little bit distracting. Turn to my right and it's just like, ha, hello. See, when you guys don't know, when you guys don't annoy me by trying to jump up, that's when I pat you. Isn't it? Belle. What are you doing? Hello? Alright, you guys can go out and have your fun. Obviously, clearly got a lot of energy. You want to play, so go play. Alright. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Just very overexcitable doggos. And you know what? I wouldn't change it for the world either. You know, having doggos is amazing. Sometimes you just have to be like, that's where you go play, not on top of me. I can hear another aircraft. That's because Wes is plummeting to his death? No, he's just performing aerobatic tricks next to us. I was going to say, and goodbye, Wes. But no, he's good. What is the T6SC? Wes? Sounds interesting. Looks like it flies quite... Looks like it's quite fun to fly as well. He's just looking for screen time. Let's be honest, William. If Wes wants screen time, he can just schedule a stream. You know? Ah, the Reno pack plane, the Texan. Yeah, of course. Jeez, it's been a while since I've flown a Reno plane. Bloody hell. Yeah, Vruden, you're not wrong, mate, especially in the situation of somebody like myself who does shift work, which can, be very, all over the shot, different days, different times, etc. I've found that Star is much happier with a second dog. She's, she used to be very, when I came home from work, extraordinarily clingy, would go nuts. For like half an hour, she would just be jumping all over the place, all over me. Probably because she'd been, alone for a prolonged period of time. But now, she's happy to see me when I come home, but only for a short period of time is she completely bonkers. If I was like you, Vruden, and had more time, it's a different scenario. Yeah, you're retired and the wife works from home. Very different. If I was in that situation, I probably wouldn't. In fact, I know I wouldn't need a second dog because last year, during the COVID lockdowns and all that, when I was streaming on a basically full-time basis, Star was very happy because I was home all the time and I could give her attention and play with her and all that. Yes, you're very smart, Mitty. But, you guessing the aircraft wasn't required for us to already figure that out. We know you're quite a switched-on individual. It's just the vibe you give. And that's not a bad thing either. Just want to make that very clear. That's a good thing. If, like, I'll be the first to admit, if I was to ever move house, or Jai was to ever move house, I would buy a second dog. Some of your previous actions demonstrates otherwise. Mitty, nobody's perfect, mate. Nobody's perfect. Not even Vruden. That's very true, Mitty. You did. But at the same time, I think you had the same idea as the others in the chat who were also entering, and that was to give it away to somebody. Vruden. Are you sure about that? Because I'm sure she'll argue otherwise, Vruden. All I can say is I'm glad she doesn't watch the streams. Otherwise, You're like, where's Vruden gone? Oh, you know, baseball bat, head, you know, those things. Oh, right. All I heard out the window was it's like, Jesus Christ. I mean, it's windy out there, but it's not that windy. No, the rubbish truck is doing the pickup of the bins. And the bins are just outside my study window, so that makes sense. The current fight is about a $71 late fee she doesn't want to pay. She dropped the ball. I mean, I get it, but it's also only $71. Like, I'm sure, Vruden, you two have done some phenomenal things in your life, and you're in an amazing position, you know, of stability, especially financially. So, I mean, it is $71. Like, I get the premise of, you know, that sucks, but I'm sure you probably agree with me on this one, Vruden, in some way, shape, or form. It's sort of like, yeah, but like, let's just get it over and done with. No, I didn't think it was. As I was saying, you've done amazing in life to be where you're at. There's no question of a doubt on that one. God, the way that the sky looks now with the purple and the pink and the blue with the orange in the background, it looks like we're entering doomsday. It's all part of the fun, Vruden. It's all part of the fun. Just remember, Vruden, you know, in the end, it can be taken away from you so quickly, as with you know, discovered a few days ago with Black Evo semi-solid. You know, you can wake up one day and somebody no longer exists in this world. So don't let it, you know, I know you don't, but don't let it consume you too much and annoy you too much. I mean, that's a very, yeah. I know you've mentioned that a few times before, Bruden. It's a very interesting way, interesting perspective of looking at life, but at the same time, it's probably not a bad way of looking at life either, you know? Hey, I shouldn't already be here, so let's just have a ripper time. Yeah, it gives you a wonderfully uncluttered perspective on the whole thing. Absolutely, exactly right. You certainly worded it better than I did. I feel like this Trinidad needs more lighting than what it currently has. It's not a very well lit aircraft, is it? Are all the lights on? Yep, strobe light, nav light, taxi light, landing light are all on, believe it or not. Doesn't look like it. No, don't worry about it, William. All good. It's just going to be a bit of a thing sometimes throughout November. That's the whole point of November. Get people talking about things that maybe they wouldn't talk about all the time, and they probably should talk about more often. Yeah. So just separate the grains, aerate it. You know, if you're going to make, if you're going to use the rice especially to make like a curry or a stir fry or a risotto or whatever, the last thing you want is clumps of rice grain all stuck together. So if you fluff it, you're not going to get that. That's base. So everything gets coated with whatever particular sauce or anything that you're applying. And as Bruden just said, sometimes you want to make sushi, sometimes you don't. Although that's why sushi rice exists, because it's deliberately sticky, but yeah. Yes, Poundy. Fluffing the rice is a euphemism. That's exactly right. A euphemism for what? I don't bloody know. But it's a euphemism for something. You're making Amarillo y Negro. Right, I need to Google that. It sounds Mexican. Or Southern American, or Central American. Right. For a minute, Google showed me some very interesting things. Yellow rice and black beans. That's not the first results I got in Google. I started getting logos that were yellow and black, and I'm like, well, I don't think that's what he's making. This is dark. Very dark. We're also only 8 nautical... Wow. Okay. Well, I hope, as I said, I hope the runways are lit, because otherwise I'm in the shit. Yeah, okay, good. Glad I'm not the only one. Ow, that's piercing on the eyes. But let's turn off the autopilot, and we're going to have to very, very much rely on our instruments here. Because, no thank you, Vruden. No thank you. You've got to remember, I was only in secondary school just over 10 years ago. I'm very, very familiar with that. You can't, you cannot pull the wool over my eyes on that one. So the active runway here at Rome State is runway 21. So we are going to be going to the other side of the airport, which is obviously going to give us a good look at whether or not the runway is lit. Other thing I've got to keep in mind as well is that Rome State Airport is actually 4,000 feet above sea level. So we don't want to go losing too much altitude too quickly, or we are going to be up that poo-infested creek without any form of forward propulsion. That's a more complicated way of saying up shit creek without a paddle. It's not looking promising. It doesn't look like there's any runway lighting. I'm glad I'm entertaining. Mitty, that is legitimately the only aim. Make everyone smile. At least once in a stream. If I can do that, tick all the boxes. Does it have a ILS or RNAV approach? I mean, it doesn't have ILS, Poundy. It may have an RNAV approach, but I'm already in the pattern for landing. My altitude is good, my speed is good. It's just a case of whether or not the runway has lighting. That will be the catalyst in this. Everything else is exactly where it needs to be. But can't see, what is it? CSS, can't see shit. So it is very, 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 I don't know why I'm doing it like that, but I am. It's very much a case of, yeah, hope and pray a little bit. Even though I'm not religious in any way, so the praying part probably ain't going to benefit me in any way, shape or form. Yeah, this is... You've heard of flying blind? Well... I'm definitely doing that. I'm definitely flying blind. I'm aware of the fact that right now that I am overflying the airport at ridiculously...
We're holding back each other and the things we do. It's all so blue. Yeah, what if we...
So we are going to perform a go-round here, and we probably going to have to play with the weather. Well, not play with the weather, play with the time, because, yeah. I hoped that there, because sometimes in the sim, when runways are not lit, you can still... There we go. You can still... like, say, the airport, the terminal or whatever is sometimes lit up, or one of the taxiways is, and you can just sort of go, oh yeah, okay, I get a general idea of where I'm meant to go. But that just has no runway lighting whatsoever.
Where do we go? Nobody knows. We'll have to see how this story goes.
And it seems like Blue Dog had the same idea as I did. Let's do a go around, hey?
I try to be the best I can. I wanna wake you up in the middle of the night. I wanna stay right here for the rest of my life. So I
Heard this song a lot. I know the lyrics. I mean, let's be honest, William, it probably wouldn't be considered realistic anyway to attempt a landing in a GA plane at a location like Rome State at night, because it doesn't have a lit runway, so I figured I should probably just change the weather to make it a little bit more realistic. I know I'm right where I belong. And what about you? Are you right where you belong? Sorry about that. I just had to. I'm just vibing to the song because it's one of the original Epidemic Sound songs that we first had on the channel. I'm not going to try and hit that note though. Save everyone's hearing by avoiding hitting the high notes. Still waiting on your river dance, Rudin? Yes, you are. You're probably going to be waiting a long time because I cannot get it to happen. I mean, that's a fair question, William. That's a fair question. Is anything really realistic on this channel? That's also a very fair question. No wonder we couldn't see the runway. It's not really a very big airport, is it? Although it does have 8,000 feet of runway. So what flies out here where you'd need 8,000 foot of runway? We are coming in hot. And I've actually forgotten about the fact that I was sitting in Discord and was going to chat with a few of you guys over in Discord. That's good. I don't even need to use braking because the runway's so damn long. I do need to use my rudder, however, because there's a lot of wind. Vruden, nice. This is all very realistic and we're not meant to be having fun here. Absolutely, Vruden. I'm glad you understand the position of the channel. So much wind that I can barely keep the aircraft on the runway. We're requiring full left rudder just to stay towards the center line when the big gusts come. Someone's here in a X-Cup that they appear to have tipped slightly. There's also there's a ground marshal here at Rome State standing out in the middle of the field. He must be the loneliest ground marshal in the world. Nearly chopped him to bits by accident as well. He's probably just shit himself. Right. That was mildly close for comfort, I must say. But, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Rome State. There's not a whole lot here, is there? There's not a whole lot here. But, nonetheless, there's a bunch of people over there in the distance. I wonder where they are that I've... probably in another state, because we're not actually far from crossing the border out of Oregon. In fact, let's have a quick look. Yeah, not far in the distance in that direction is... Mountain Home and Boise. Yeah, okay, so that's probably where they are. At In fact, that's definitely where they are. They'll be over in Boise and all that in Idaho. Idaho? No, Idaho. Anyway. Yeah, that's exactly right, William. They probably are. Boise's still a little bit of a distance from where we are. But anyway, as I was saying, welcome to Rome State. Not much here, as you can see. But nonetheless, was a pretty nice flight over. It's a shame about the weather. But it did create some great views with the sunset. But ladies and gentlemen, if you did enjoy that flight and you do enjoy the content on this channel and you haven't yet shown some love to the like or the subscribe button, please do. They are lonely. They are, they are in need of some loving. So please, if you did enjoy, please consider hitting either or both of those. But other than that, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank every single one of you for coming along, whether you flew along, were in the chat, or both. I appreciate all of you. I'd like to make a huge shout out as well to Houndy for the donation towards Movember at the start of the stream. It is greatly appreciated there, Brett. And I can't wait for, to see where we end up at the end of the month. But, ladies and gentlemen, legends of the highest regard, wherever you are in the world, you make sure that you look after yourself, stay safe, stay well, don't do anyone that I wouldn't do, and I'll catch every single one, well, hopefully every single one of you anyway, in a stream, either the next one or one very soon, should I say. Guys, cheers. Have a good one.